TI's attorney says there's no way to get you a sentence reduction. The only person that has the ability to reduce your sentence is the U.S. attorney. At that point, I end up going to this lawyer who's there, Frank Amadeo. He's really kind of an insane person. And so he decided he was going to help me. And he was there for stealing like $200 million from the federal government. Frank says, yeah, no, I can get it done. And he bickers back and forth through the courts for the next 6 months. And then finally, and so they bring me back to court. Government wants to reduce it by 40 months. My attorney is asking for 15 years or something. The judge says, I'm not gonna, that's too much. And the 40 months isn't enough. He ends up giving me 7 years off my sentence. Yeah, I can do another 6 years, 7 years. I'm walking the compound. Everybody knows I went to court and came back with less time. They all know I've ratted on somebody. So what ends up happening is I end up walking the compound with this guy named Ron Wilson, was a Ponzi schemer. He had gotten 19 and a half years for ripping off pension funds and churches. Total scam was like $100 million. He was cooperating against his co-defendant. He goes, oh, they think I hid Ponzi scheme money. And then finally one day he said it hit about $350,000. His wife is holding a couple $100,000. Brother's got like 30 grand. Maybe a week or two later, I'm talking to my attorney. No, I said, you know, something weird happened. Listen to this. And I tell her what happened, what Ron Wilson said. A week later, a CO comes up to me and goes, Cox, you got to go see SIS. And the guy says, sit down. I got to get on the phone with this guy. And I'm like, who is it? And it's a Secret Service agent. He says, I understand you know where Ron Wilson hid Ponzi scheme money. And I go, oh, wow, I'm going to need something in writing saying you guys will reduce my sentence. He gets me a letter from the U.S. attorney saying that if I provide them information that leads to an arrest or recovers a significant amount of money, they'll consider it substantial assistance. So I say, okay, yeah, here's what happened. And I explain to him what happened. But that's all I know. They indict the two of them. They re-indict Ron Wilson, and the wife gives up $350,000, and the brother walks in and gives them $500,000. I go back to Frank. Frank files the motion. The government ends up saying, okay, we'll reduce your sentence by 5 years, and they cut it by another 5 years.